Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 10K Project. Welcome to this week's Bet on Black pitch. We have with us this evening Anade Davis. He's going to talk to us about his awesome project called CryptoShare. He's going to give us some information about himself, about his background. He's a data scientist, y'all. So we fancy tonight. I'm going to give you a couple of announcements, then we'll go to the campaign page. You guys know how we do this by now, right? For anyone new, welcome. If this is your first time to the Bet on Black pitch. This is a place where we like to highlight and celebrate the Black founder. We like to do that also by learning about their business and the industry that they're in. And we just want to be a community of support for all of the Black founders because we know how hard it is for them to get the capital and support from a customer standpoint that they need to be successful. And so that's what the 10K Project is. We're here to fill the gap and to stand behind them and lift them up. With that said, I'll give you a little bit of information about some updates we have made. We are in the middle of a member drive. The more members we have, obviously, the more founders we can help. And so we're trying to grow our membership. So we do have 2 member packages that's available. Our basic package is $100 lifetime membership fee. So you never have to pay more than that $100 to have access to all of the amazing webinars and educational information that we provide, in addition to events like this that we host weekly where we bring the founder and have the pitches. We also have a new package we call a platinum package. And that package includes everything the basic package includes, in addition to 6 months of financial planning by a licensed financial planner. We've actually partnered with Freeman Capital, a Black-owned financial planning company, to provide 6 months. You did not hear that wrong. 6 months of financial planning. And we offer that package for just $347. So $100 for the 10K Project membership and just another $247 for 6 months of financial planning. We actually had a member tell me this week that she got a quote from a financial planner. It was going to be $4,000. It's going to cost $4,000 for her to work with this financial planner. And what did she do instead? She upgraded her membership with the 10K Project for just $247. So just consider it. We're not going anywhere, but we want you to be prosperous. We want you to be financially healthy in addition to finding wealth. So with that said, I am going to share the WeFunder campaign page. That's where this project is on. So let me share my screen. You guys are very familiar with WeFunder. We've used it several times now since we've been doing the pitches. I'll run through it. So this project is called CryptoShare, and Anade will tell us all about that. To date, he's raised $78,788. This is a future equity deal, so $6 million valuation cap. There are some investor perks. As you scroll through the information, you can see information about the team. That's always important. Please take the time and watch any videos that they have here. Look at all of their information. You can see all of their updates, what people are saying about them. If you have any questions that you don't get to ask here this evening, or that you don't think about this evening, please remember this Ask a Question section. I always talk about how important this section is because it allows you to read what others have asked, and then it also allows you to post a question so that others can read it. Sometimes that information can make a decision on if you're going to consider adding this to your portfolio or not. So I just like to tell you where to go throughout the evening. As you guys know, we will post the link in the chat. Thank you to our admin, so that you guys can know where to go throughout the campaign. And with that said, Anade, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir. Thank you for joining us at the 10K Project, and the floor is yours, sir.
First of all, thank you so much, Ms. Rivers, Ms. Warwick. This has been a heck of a battle. It's just been a lot. I really appreciate y'all reaching out and reaching back to me, should I say, and allowing me to share CryptoShare on your platform. We got about 70 people in here. If everybody puts up $500, we can close this thing tonight. All right. So really quick, let me explain how crowdfunding in series works. All right, really quick. So I know y'all heard about Nas and Snoop Dogg. All right. We're in our angel round, and there's about 4 to 5 rounds. Angel, pre-seed, seed A, seed B. You want to get in as early as possible, okay? Because when you get in as early as possible, by the time it's at seed B, your $100 literally could be 1,000 or 2,000 or even 5,000 in most, big cases. Or of course, it could be a total loss. Because as you know, investing is a risk. All right. So now let's get to the questionnaire. For those of y'all can listen to me talk while y'all doing. I'm already getting some excellent feedback on the questionnaire. All right. So let me start with some of the facts. All right. So African American people, according to FICO statistics, have the lowest credit score in the United States of America. And over 20% of Americans do not have credit at all. All right. And in South America, Latin America, over 70% of the population does not have a bank at all. So this basically means that over 500 million people, this is our target market, in just the Americas, over 500 million people in just the Americas are either underbanked or totally unbanked. And we created CryptoShare as a peer-to-peer lending platform that solves two problems. It immediately gives people that are underbanked access to loans through a peer-to-peer platform, and it gives people access to bank accounts, which with blockchain technology have been replaced with what's called digital wallets. Think Cash App, all right? And I know y'all have a lot of people on here, and people do a lot of talking. The great news is we actually have a prototype. That's the great news. All right. So let me show y'all the prototype. So the way our platform works is you will go to a ATM or app, and we want it to be as simple as possible. This is just a prototype. Our launch is November 1st. So that means, trust me, all this is going to look better in the background and all this good stuff. But this is the prototype. All right. And we already have venture capitalist firms reaching out to us, but we're not finished with our crowdfunding. That's why I said, if y'all believe in this, we can have this thing funded by the end of the night. So I want everybody to count how long this takes. So think about this. Your grandma or somebody that does not have access to a bank account, because you'll be surprised how many Americans, like I said, 20%, 25% actually of Americans are either underbanked or unbanked totally, don't even have bank accounts. So this is the process of how you would come on a CryptoShare. All right. And I want somebody to help me in the chat. So somebody do a timer. Let's go. So first, let's start with select language, US dollar currency, create an account. And let's say you would upload a picture, right? Let me see if I got any pictures saved. All right. Let's see if I got any pictures saved, because this is my wife's computer. My computer don't got no camera. All right, so let's see if hopefully these PDFs will work. All right, so you will upload your pictures here. All right, somebody give me an email. Somebody give me an email in the chat here. Anybody, throw me an email out there. Cool, got you. All right. Now, we confirm your identity. I'm just gonna say LT. Now, I want you to look at your email and copy and paste your debit card number into the chat. LL Washington, Latrice. So go to your email. You just added your email. Go to your email, and you have an email from CryptoShare. We sent you an email. We sent you a virtual debit card number. And if she takes too long here, I'll probably just use author. All right, how we looking, Latrice? All right, let me see if I can use Andres here. All right, so let's go back. So let's try you out. But now check your email. Author, check your email and copy and paste your digital debit card number in the chat. We've sent you an email and you just copy and paste your digital debit card number in the chat. There you go. Oh, okay. There you go, Latrice. So I've already changed it. So author, could you go into your email and post your digital? There you go. All right. All right. And then what's your PIN number? And we sent you a 4-digit PIN number as well, author. There we go. 1727. We're just gonna put AP for Arthur Phillips. Then we don't have access to it. Well, we do, but you know what I mean. It's private. You created a whole new PIN. All right. Boom. That quick, you have created a digital wallet, which, you know, without some of the delays, would literally take you what, a minute, 2 minutes. So now that eliminates you having to go to the bank, do all this online stuff, do all of this personal information. It's very quick, it's very fast. So now people that do not have banks, our target market specifically is the unbanked in USA, but our biggest market is Latin America, because over 70% of Latin America do not even have bank accounts. All right. So now with a technology like this, they can literally create it. And you see on the first screen, we had the countries that we looked at target: Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, these different countries where people need them the most. So instead of them going through the banks and going through those long processes, they can literally create a digital wallet within a minute or two. Now, the next part of this is they'll be able to withdraw money. That's where the cryptocurrency ATMs come in. All right. So you may wonder, well, how do I cash out? All right. So if somebody sends you money through the app, you can simply go to an ATM machine and be able to cash out immediately. All right. So I don't like when I do pitches, my pitches are not as long, it's not a lot of talking. I like to show. So if y'all have any questions, I'm actually open to questions right now, and then I can pull up my pitch deck and all that other good stuff. But that's the main part. What are the KYC requirements? The good thing is that's what I added there. The KYC was, remember when I added the 2 documents? It would be a picture of you, and it would be, oh, I noticed my screen, my camera isn't sharing anymore. Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on here. All right, yeah. So it'd be a picture of you, and then it'll be a picture of a passport or a driver's license. And remember, we're launching November 1st, so the website's gonna be a lot more beautiful than that. But I'm a data scientist myself. So unlike a lot of companies, we don't have to outsource. And if you look at my pitch deck, my team is African Americans. We do have a Colombian gentleman, and we do have 2 Indian women. So we got a fully diverse team. We're engineers, we're scientists, we really do. And also, as a part of the board of directors, some of y'all may have heard of them, Shop Black. The founder of Shop Black is actually on our board of directors. So if you haven't heard of Shop Black, they have over 400,000 email subscribers. And so as soon as we're ready with the product, we already got a market right there ready to use. So very excited about it. All right.
So Anade, but the family's going to put some questions in the Q&A.
All right.
But I think let's go back a little bit for some who may not understand what cryptocurrency is. Can you give us just a brief synopsis of what it is and why it's important?
All right. So there's another part that I was going to get to here in a second. All right. So with cryptocurrency, there's actually 2 parts. Crypto means cryptography, which is basically just a security way to protect your money getting hacked. Currency, we all know, is money. So our platform, there's another piece. That's the first piece. The first piece is, like I said, we're solving two problems. We're helping people that's underbanked and unbanked have immediate access to digital wallets. As y'all seen, it literally took a minute. That's going to already change things. All right. So a lot of these other apps, PayPal, PayPal takes ridiculous fees. I'm sure we've all used PayPal for business and stuff like that. So our fees are very small because we're going to be building on something called the Stellar blockchain. All right. The Stellar blockchain is different from something called Ethereum. I'm sure y'all heard of Ethereum. If anybody owns Ethereum, if you've ever tried to sell Ethereum, it's incredibly expensive to move. They're called gas fees. And I don't want to get too technical, but we look to build on something. We've already actually built a wallet already. It's not exactly ready for use, so I don't want to share the website, but we've already built that as well. We're just waiting until we get fully funded, which is 106,000, and then we can really get our launch together. But like I said, we already know how to build this stuff anyway. And the future of money is blockchain, which is good on one end because now if you ever try to go to an ATM, I travel a lot. If you ever try to go to an ATM, some ATMs your card may not work, all that different type of stuff. But with blockchain, because it's all blockchain and it's all digital, it's a lot easier to send money a lot faster and it's a lot cheaper. I think somebody got a question too. Are you going to market after they are underbanked as well? At first, I wanted to, but I think that's going to be in the future. But our first year or two, we're going to specifically target Americas because I love these other countries. I've never been to Africa, but I think a lot of times we forget about our own African American people in the United States. I get it. We drive Teslas. I got a Porsche. I get it. We drive nice cars, but it's a lot of people that are not data scientists. It's a lot of people that do not have access to simple bank accounts. I was even going through a point in my life where it was very difficult for me to even open a bank account because I didn't even realize this, that if you have a certain credit score, you can't open up certain bank accounts. I don't know if people realize that. You can't even open up certain bank accounts. So I had to go to second chance banks. I had to do a lot of stuff that I didn't even realize existed because I had good credit my entire life. But we all go through times where I had to drive Uber and it was like, man, this is tough. And I don't want to just throw those people away. So I want to offer an opportunity for our own people in our own specific, I guess, continent to be able to benefit from CryptoShare.
Very good.
Okay.
All
Do you
right.
want
So
me to
you want
answer
to,
these questions now or?
yeah, you want me to, you want to pull up your
Yeah, you
presentation or you want me
facilitate.
to? Okay.
You
So let me start reading them to you. Latrice says, are there fees involved with the ATM to withdraw money?
So that's how we make our money. All right, we got to make money some type of way for you as the investor. But we consider it. People call them fees. We just call them platform costs. We got to pay our people. We got to make sure our investors are getting ROI. And I can just answer this other quick question really quick because it's kind of together. How will people are underbanked understand how to use the cryptocurrency? So that's a big part, as y'all seen, that's a big part of our design. We want to make things as simple as possible. If y'all just seen the presentation, everything was simple in regular language. It's not confusing language. Like you go to some of these other peer-to-peer lending applications, it's confusing language, right? And I'm gonna answer these next two, but then I'm gonna tell y'all the second part of actually what we do. So that's the first part, having somewhere to actually hold the money. That's part one. All right. So it says, how will underbanked people gain access to the currency? One reason why people have poor credit scores is because of low income level and also buying depreciating assets. Well, okay, so that's a separate issue. That's a separate issue because I mean, it's just like with these investments. Some people are going to get it, some people are not. I'm sure because all of us are on a certain level here as far as investing. Otherwise, y'all wouldn't be 10K project members. I'm sure some people we've tried to get to invest in assets, they still want to buy rims. There's nothing we can do. But what we can do is we can give the people access to it, which is why another thing is it's different in these South American countries as well, though. They don't have the same mentality when it comes to being like, what's a good word to use? Materialistic, to be honest, as much as we are in the United States, because some of these other countries, they just want running water. You understand? So to be able to give them an opportunity to actually, because remember, 70% of Latin America is unbanked. So to get them the actual opportunity just to have some type of thing where they can actually have digital funds opens them up to a world of peer-to-peer lending to people around the world. So no longer are they dependent on the bank in their neighborhood that doesn't even allow them to open up a bank account. You understand? They can borrow from somebody in Africa. They can borrow from somebody in Memphis, Tennessee. They can borrow from somebody in Brazil. And all right, so I think that's the questions here. So do you have any questions, Tawana, before I move forward to the next step?
Let's move forward to the next step, and then I'll read what's in the Q&A.
All right. Oh, okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. So this is our pitch deck, right? So let me just blow this up here. So this is our pitch deck. And I usually don't like to show this, but because people like to hear. That's why I just showed y'all while we was doing. All right. So what is the name of our company? Actually is the World Data Science Institute. All right. And people say, well, what do we do? So we have a DBA. So when y'all become investors, y'all stock certificate will actually say King Equity Group. All right. We're already registered with the SEC. I'm going to share that link in the chat so y'all can see that we are official. We're already registered with the SEC. So, I tell some of the early angel investors, the friends and family stage, look, I'm not going to go out and buy rims with it, man. We registered with the SEC. So yeah, check the question, the chat, and you'll see we're already registered with the SEC. All right. So let's go back here. So we are a SEC registered financial data science research and development company. All right. What exactly does that mean? We design advanced blockchain and financial technology projects. And I'm gonna add our website in here too. So if you go to our website, you'll see that we've been building stuff like this. This is not like our first project. We've built an online bank. We've built a stock prediction app. We actually built a blockchain and cryptocurrency, but WeFunder made us take it down. So that's a whole nother story we're not gonna get into. But we've been fighting, literally, we've been fighting with these big companies from day one, having issues with their banks because the banks already feel threatened by us. But we actually do not want to replace banks. I don't know why my camera keeps going out, but we actually want to work with banks, because the more banks that CryptoShare is associated with, the more ATMs our users can go and cash out, if that makes sense. All right. So now let's go back to the pitch deck. We connect people and payments. Think of us as the Amazon of peer-to-peer lending. All right. And the reason I say Amazon is because we are implementing technology called blockchain smart lockers. All right. And you can see all of this on our website, on our Invest in Crypto Share WeFunder page. All right. And the average template is you tell the problem. So the problem is over 500 million people in the United States and Latin America do not have bank accounts or even good enough credit to get loans. What is the solution? A peer-to-peer lending app that gives borrowers access to loans without a credit check or a traditional bank account. Now, I've already showed you how we eliminated the need for a bank account. All right. And for those of you, when a person put in their email, what happens is we've emailed them a digital debit card number or a virtual debit card and a PIN number associated with their email. Other companies use cell phones. No, no, no. How many times have we lost cell phone numbers and y'all know what I mean, and try to validate something, but we don't even have that phone no more. So now we're locked out of our own. How many times did that happen to somebody and we're locked out of our own account? A friend of mine, it happened to him with his cryptocurrency account. So we said we're not going to use phones. We're going to use emails. All right. And I don't have this in the presentation, but we want to create a way where when you come to an ATM machine and you want to cash out, that you don't even have to have your card. You don't even have to have nothing. Because how many times have you tried to do something and your phone was dead? We don't want your phone dying being the reason that you can't get quick cash if you need it. All right. So this is the second part. This is the second problem, getting access to loans. So CryptoShare also utilizes digital and physical assets that can be used to provide collateral in case of default. So what do I mean? So here is the simple, like I said, this is simple. All right. This is simple. And we learn from the greats like Robinhood, Coinbase. It's a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges out there. I love Coinbase. They got higher fees, but it's simple. Anybody can get on Coinbase. Robinhood made investing simple. Anybody can invest. CryptoShare, we're going to make lending and borrowing simple. We're going to make creating a digital wallet simple, as y'all seen. Literally, it was 4 steps. All right. And the lend and borrow is only 3. So the first step is create an account on our app, or you can actually create an account at a physical ATM machine. All right. Then once you create an account, then if you want to borrow money, you can choose to use digital or physical collateral. Digital collateral will be something like a NFT or something like cryptocurrency. Because let's say you got cryptocurrency prices go up and down. You're like, you know what? Maybe I can get real cash for my cryptocurrency right now and invest in other things without having to sell my cryptocurrency. All right. Now this is where CryptoShare is groundbreaking. This is where we're looking in the future. During the pandemic, pawn shops took a major hit because people weren't able to physically go places, right? They weren't able to go inside of places because of the pandemic. So we came up with the idea literally during the pandemic, well, people still need to be able to lend and borrow money with physical assets that they already own. So if you have a physical asset, let's say a iPhone, a diamond ring, or and all of this stuff is not going to be collateral that I'm about to say now, but just to give you an example, speakers, just stuff that you already own that you can typically go to a pawn shop. But with our technology, it's called blockchain smart lockers. Amazon already utilizes this technology, but they utilize it in a different way. They utilize it for you to come and pick up packages. Some grocery stores utilize it for you to come and pick up groceries. Like you can buy it all online. You can just pull up in front of the grocery store, open up your smart locker, whatever your PIN code is, boom, grab your groceries. You just save 30 minutes in the grocery store. All right. Now, what we do is you will actually put the physical collateral in a blockchain smart locker. Now, the problem is now, this is the only issue. Blockchains utilize something called smart contracts, which are irreversible. So once you put your, and we're going to make sure when people do, we're going to say, are you sure that you want to do this instead of just, are you 1000% sure? Once you put your diamond ring in the blockchain smart locker, all right, we will have what's called a CryptoShare inspector. Now we give you a choice. Do you want to trust the borrower if you're a lender, do you want to trust the borrower, or do you want our CryptoShare inspector to look at the asset? All right. Now the only way for you to have a CryptoShare inspector look at the asset is you're going to have to become a CryptoShare member, which is a monthly fee, which also is going to come with cryptocurrency insurance, digital wallet insurance. So if somebody hacks in your wallet, anything like that, you're covered. All right. And that's another, for investors though, that's another income stream that we will be having outside of the platform costs. All right. So our CryptoShare inspector will come. Our goal is 1 hour or less. So our CryptoShare inspector will come to the blockchain smart locker. They'll have a different PIN code than the original borrower. They'll assess it. As soon as they assess it, they will place it back in the blockchain smart locker. Funds will be immediately sent to the borrower. And once the borrower has the funds in their digital wallet, they'll be able to go to an ATM, or remember, we sent them a virtual debit card. They'll be able to use it online and stuff like that. Now, we don't plan on having physical debit cards as of now because we think the future is getting out of debit cards. But if you want the cash, that's where the ATMs come in. You can just take it. You can just go to an ATM and be able to cash out immediately. All right.
So
Now, are there
Anaya, I have
any
a quick
questions
question.
before I
I
go
do.
to
I
the
have a
second
quick
part of this?
question.
All right.
Is this assessor a licensed appraiser? So if I put my diamond ring in the box, are they just looking to see that there is a ring that appears to be diamond, or are they doing an appraisal at that point in time as well?
That's an excellent question. So that's why we plan on launching in Florida. So because we're doing appraisals, I didn't realize until we got in this business, you have to have somebody that's licensed. All right. That's why. So for us, it'll be a license, and we're gonna make sure we train everybody. Our business has to get a license first, And then we have to train everybody. And it's each state has different licenses. So the people that come doing the price, for example, if it's a diamond ring, we're gonna start with simple things. If it's a diamond ring, it's simple. A gold tester, a diamond tester, and a scale. That way we know it's real, and that way we know the weight immediately, and whatever the gold prices is for that day, that's going to be relative to the amount of money that the person will be approved for. All right. And what was the second? Did you have a second part of that question?
No, that was the answer.
All right. So now let me get good break. I'm glad that break. So now if you're a lender, so you well, how do I lend? So if you're a lender, you do the same thing. You create an account on an app, at an ATM machine or on an app. You fund your digital wallet with physical cash at an ATM, or just use your debit card. So you don't have to leave your house. If you got a debit card with a bank, you can just fund. Think of Cash App, all right? But we're doing, we're taking it to another level with this, all right? We're taking this to another level because I'm solving a real world problem that even I experienced in the United States of America, which is why I was like, I don't want to start going all around the world first. Let's take care of home. Because once you take care of home, then you can actually be more of a benefit to everyone else. All right. So it's as simple as that. It's easy to fund your digital wallet. And then boom, once you fund your digital wallet, all you got to do is just lend it out, earn interest, collect assets. If people default, you collect assets and build wealth. And the good thing is, well, it's good and it's bad for the borrower, I guess, but it's great for the lender. If the person defaults on their loan, you immediately own the collateral. And either we will mail the collateral to you, or you can pick it up from a physical blockchain lock. And like I said, all of this is on our CryptoShare page. And you kind of see some of the stuff that we're looking at doing right now. Matter of fact, let me show y'all this. I'm going to go back to this screen. This is our competition: bank loans, pawn shop loans, payday loans. Look how ridiculous these interest rates are outside of a bank. But if you go to a bank, you got to have a minimal credit score. Sometimes it could take 10 days. You need a bank account. It's several things that come with that low interest rate, right? But I've had them before especially when I was younger. When I used to work at Popeyes, I used to get payday loans like a mug. The interest rate was ridiculous. So we have a set interest rate. We don't plan on going higher than 20%. We think any past 20% is counterproductive. So we want to keep it at 20%. So that way it's transparent. Everybody knows what they're getting, and it's based on the amount of days. For example, a 60-day loan would be a 10% payback. A 90-day loan would be a 15% payback. A 120-day loan would be a 20% payback. And of course, if they miss a payment, then the collateral automatically becomes, and now that I'm thinking about it, and this is a part of it, you think about it as you do it, we may also add an option for the lender to say, do you allow late payments? Yes or no? Because if they allow late payments, okay, then the borrower will just be able to pay late payments. If they say no, they will immediately become owners of that collateral. So I wanted to kind of just show y'all where CryptoShare fits into all of this. We're combining all of these things into one simple app. So let's go back. So these are some of the stuff we're looking at. Auto loan titles. All right. That's the power of blockchain too. So anybody that tells you blockchain is not here to stay, they don't know what they're talking about. All right. Anybody that tells you that, because blockchain allows you to take, let's say you own a house that's worth $100,000. Blockchain allows you to do what's called tokenize a house, where you're able to sell pieces of your home using blockchain and cryptocurrency. All right, which never existed. Now you can actually sell 10% of your home and still own your home. All right. So what happened with this is, let's say you have a vehicle title and you wanna loan against your vehicle. All right. You would put the physical title of the car into the blockchain. All right. And of course, we'll have our CryptoShare inspector look at everything that we need to look at. And then same thing with real estate title. And of course, the bigger you get, it's going to be more detailed, but we're going to start very simple just to see market validation. We're looking at starting with simple stuff like jewelry, gold, small gold bars, silver gold bars, simple things. All right. And then we want to go into the bigger things like vehicle titles, essentially what car loan places do now, essentially what pawn shops do now. We're just taking that and making it digital. That's all we're doing. We're taking what already exists and making it digital. NFTs, for those of y'all don't know, NFTs is non-fungible token. So I want somebody to help me out in the chat. So how many quarters is $1? Somebody let me know in the chat. 4. That's called a fungible asset. Why? Because it has a direct value. Non-fungible is something that does not have direct value. So somebody give me an example of a non-fungible token, something that does not have direct value. And don't say art. Everybody uses art. Let's be more creative.
I was getting ready to say art.
Of course, we all know that by now, but give me some examples of what an NFT would be. Okay, a song. That's a great example. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but Dame Dash and Jay-Z are in court fighting over Reasonable Doubt right now because Dame Dash wants to sell it as an NFT. When they first came out, CDs was what, $17? Now you can probably sell a Reasonable Doubt CD for $1,000 because it has no direct value. So for those of y'all that never knew, fungible just means something with direct value. Non-fungible just means something with arbitrary or varying values. You create the value. All right. So let's keep going here. So that's basically what this is. So it's simple. You have a physical asset. You put it in the blockchain smart locker. We approve it. The money's instantly put into your CryptoShare digital wallet. Done. All right. And if you don't pay, we send the lender the asset. That's it. It's as simple as that. All right. And we think this is going to be able to provide people who, because we live I want people to understand this. We live in the United States, and sometimes, and I get it, I'm from South Carolina, and sometimes the United States is very unfortunate towards Black people, African American people specifically. But in some of these other countries, man, they really need this. All right. That's why our target market is the United States, but it's also Latin America. So now when we go outside, it's pawn shops on every corner. All right. So that's why we plan on launching city to city to city until we have enough partners, because we plan on partnering with pawn shops. We plan on partnering with banks because we want more places to be able to take your assets. Because if you could just take your asset to a local pawn shop, they can assess it then and there, and you can still go through us. All right. Same thing with banks. The more banks we have partnership with, you could just go to these different ATMs and cash out your digital wallet. All right. And I've already, don't worry, I'm almost finished. I got 3 slides left. I don't make this long. Peer-to-peer, but if you go to our WeFunder, it's a much more detailed one. It's about, you'll see our team. All right. I'm almost finished. So peer-to-peer lending global market is worth 67.9 billion a year with a B. All right. Now, I'm not one of them startup founders. I'm a data scientist. I'm about real data. So y'all don't have to worry about customer discovery. I'm doing that now, literally. Market research. I'm a real data scientist. This is what we do. I work for IBM, General Assembly, major companies. You can Google these companies if you never heard of someone. All right. So the serviceable addressable market is the market that I want to target within that 67.9 billion. Because every startup saying, well, I can, no, that's impossible. All right. It takes years to do that. If that's even possible to totally take over the market. All right. Now, the serviceable addressable market is North America and South America, not including Canada, which is about 8.9 billion. All right. So that's my serviceable market. Those are the people that we plan to initially service. Now, I don't want to be greedy and act like we're gonna make 40, 50 billion the first year. So our serviceable obtainable market share, which is the market that we're going for, which is only 6%. It's only 6%. Think about it. This is a market of 500 million people. If we get 1 million people, that's a win. If we get 2 million people, that's a win. 10 million, 20. So it's not, so if a company comes in to compete with us, which we expect, it's enough to go around. Like I tell people, when you go in a grocery store, it's more than one bottle of water, partner. Like, because people always try to throw shade at your ideas. Well, somebody already doing that, yeah, and it's 1,000 different bottled water companies as well. But anyway, the serviceable obtainable market share is 6%, and just 6% of this market, and that's me being very humble, is worth over $500 million. All right. I already expect a bank to buy us out at some point. All right. Because of the whole digital wallet component. or either just a major pawn shop. All right. Now, US, 25% once again of the population is either unbanked or underbanked. And guess who most of that population is? They look like me. All right. Latin America, 70% of population is unbanked or underbanked. And guess what? They look like my wife, who's Colombian. All right. That's one of my major motivations, because I travel to Colombia a lot. My wife is Colombian. I actually have 2 children in Colombia. So that's me seeing Colombia and seeing these different countries like Colombia, and really seeing it like, wow, like all I've seen is opportunity to help and dollar signs as well. Now, we want to start off in South America with Colombia, not only because of what I just mentioned, but also because Colombia has the most cryptocurrency ATMs in South America. It's a lot of money in Colombia. I don't know where it's coming from. I gotta ask Colombia. All I know is it's a lot of money flowing through Colombia.
You
They
know
have one
where
of the
it's coming
best.
from.
They have one of the best economies, and they're not even one of the biggest countries. But outside of Colombia, we're primarily targeting Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Peru, Uruguay, and El Salvador. I'm sure y'all have heard about El Salvador and Uruguay, and recently Colombia finally opening up payment processing to cryptocurrency. All right. And don't worry, I'm almost done. Don't fall asleep yet. Don't sign off yet. We almost done. So I'm gonna answer this again. Somebody said, how are we gonna make money? We don't call them fees, because we got to change the verbiage. All right. Because when you say fees, people think about banks. All right. They're platform transaction costs. Each transaction on our platform will generate a payment to our platform, because we got to feed you. We got to feed our folks. I'm working full time on this. I quit my racist job months ago in October because I was the #1 data scientist, because we literally had like reviews, and they still was finding excuses of why not to make me the lead data science instructor. But I was like, you know what? This is why I got to create my own business. And I'm sweating because I got this light right here. All right. And y'all making me nervous, 10K project. But we also want to offer tier membership subscriptions, which is what I mentioned. If you become a member, it will come with insurance, cryptocurrency insurance. This is stuff y'all not hearing now. This is stuff y'all not. Like I said, if we can fund this thing tonight, and boom, as soon as we fund it, boom, we can open up a second round. Doom, y'all have already increased the ROI in your investment. That's what that really means. If we close this tonight, when we open up our second round, the value of your investment literally has already went up because y'all got in to close this investment. All right. And competitors that just do transaction costs, we're not even talking about the insurance and none of that, just the transaction costs. They already make 10 to 15 million dollars a year just with transaction costs. That's not even talking about the other stuff we got with the blockchain, smart lockers, and the memberships and all of those other different things. All right. And they make this within 5 years. All right. And here are just some of our traction. We were accepted into a Morrison and Forrester Black Venture Accelerator, which is major, because if y'all don't know who Morrison and Forrester is, let me show y'all, man, because I got to make y'all understand the business partners that we have in this venture. All right. So let me just pull it up really quick. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Morrison and Forrester is a $1 billion law firm. All right. And if you actually Google them and Google our company, you know, people be making up stuff on these, you know, they just want you to buy their stuff. But if you actually Google them, if I can spell right. Yeah, if you actually Google them, y'all see, we right there. We right there. So these are so they already have told us, they've already introduced us to 2 venture capital firms. I'm just throwing that out there. They've already done this. They already said within the next 2 months, we're going to be doing a lot more press. They said they're going to introduce me to the largest bank in South America. This is what I'm explaining. Like, we're doing this for real. So this is not no rim spoons business. This is like, yo, we're doing this for real. We already have prototypes done. We're engineers, we're scientists. We just really need to close this raise because we funded. They have just been, man. But anyway, let's get back to this right here. So let me see. Is this still sharing this screen? Is this sharing this screen here?
It's still sharing the Morrison and Forrester page.
All right, so let me see. All right, so let me just end this. Remember, I got 1 slide left, y'all. Like I said, don't fall asleep on me yet. So we were accepted into the Google for Startups program. We're registered partners of Microsoft, Google Cloud, and Amazon Web Services, which means they give us a lot of these free credits so we can run our platform, we can test it, which is great credibility for us because it puts us in their like database for other companies that are interested in our services. Because remember, CryptoShare is not the company. That's just the app. So when you invest in a company, you're investing in a company. Like if you go to our website, you'll see we got more financial applications. You understand? We got more financial applications. If you go to worlddatascience.tech, you'll see we build online banks. Like we do this for real. All right. And we also winner of the Technology Innovator Awards, which I'm very happy about. And this is some other news too. This is some other news. Now, I just want to show y'all this. Now, I have not shown probably anybody else this, but I just want to show y'all this because I want y'all to understand the level that we're getting to. All right. So let me try to share this last screen. And after I share this screen, this is it. I got reached out today by B Trust. Y'all see it. This is real. Matter of fact, I shouldn't even be showing this, but see if I can. But as y'all see, Jay-Z, this is they want me to be a board of director member, as you see here. So what happens is I went through this process and I got to the next round. So if I get through this next round, I will be a board member on this Bitcoin endowment fund by Jay-Z and Jack. No, I don't know Jay-Z. But I'm just letting y'all know this is the billion-dollar law firm, Jay-Z, Jack Dorsey invented Twitter. These are the people that's around us, that's around me. Like, it's just a matter of time until somebody says, look, man, because I ain't gonna lie, I was close. I like, y'all might close this WE fund and just take venture capital. But I'm like, nah, I want my people to have an opportunity to get involved with this, and we can take this thing to the next level. And I'm done. I'm sweating, but I'm ready to answer whatever question you have. Let's get this thing funny tonight.
Bring your camera back on. Wipe your brow, and then I'll get to read these questions for you.
All right.
But come back on camera so they can see you.
Oh, okay. I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. All right. Boom.
All right. So the first question we have is from Jamelia. Do you have to be 18 years old to download and use the wallet?
That's a good question. That's something I haven't decided yet, but that's a great question. Matter of fact, can you add that in the chat? Because I don't have no pen right here in front of me. That's an excellent question. I actually like that. Thank you for asking that. This is why we do stuff like this. Thank you, Trent. I appreciate that, man. I'm grinding, man. Like, I'm a data scientist that's working full time. I get offers all the time. And I'm like, my wife, I'm like, it's a bigger goal, baby. It's a bigger goal. I'll be a year without any money. I got a great network though. Next question. I'm ready. Let's go.
Awesome. Kashelda says, if you wanted to send money, are you only going to be able to use a crypto ATM?
So that's what I mentioned before. At first, yes, because we can buy ATMs and put our own technology in them. But that's why I think we're going to end up hooking up with the bank. Because if we hook up with a bank, that's, like I said, that's really what Morrison and Forrester said, that we got to meet with them coming up, where they're going to introduce us to one of the largest banks in South America to kind of see if they want to, you know what I mean? Because like I said, we have a prototype, you know what I mean? And then, you know, remember, we don't get access to any of this money until we fully raise it. So this is just people working on blood, sweat, and tears, blood, sweat, and years, and hope. So with 106, imagine what we can do when we actually touch the money. All right, because somebody said that in before, but really quick, and I want to answer this. Somebody said the amount you are requesting is 106 seems low. The reason we went to 106 is because that's all we need to get a prototype. Because remember, we're not a company buying third-party stuff. I'm a coder myself. I can code myself, so we don't have to spend all of that. And remember, our marketing, we got shot black. So a lot of our money that will be put into these other things that the average company will have, we already got, because the idea is so strong. And we got lawyers. We got billion-dollar law firms. We got a 400,000 subscriber marketing partner. So we already got a lot of, and we're coders. So we got a strong team. Next question. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Very good. Jamelia says, and are the digital card numbers permanent?
So right now, yeah, because remember, we're still not launching November 1st, but these are great questions. So you should never lose them though. Now, if you get hacked, you should have insurance. That's where the membership come in. But if you get hacked, 1000%, we'll give you a new digital debit card, or we'll just refund the money that happened when you got hacked.
Kashelda says, if you're already on Stellar's platform, why would someone use your service versus just using Stellar Lumens?
Well, for one, all right, so these are two separate things. All right. So for one, find me an app right now that do everything that I just went over. That's the answer to that question. Thank you for the question too. And it's that simple. Find me an app that does a weird, like everybody, it's all these different water companies, but drinking Dasani is different when you drink alkaline water. Somebody shout out alkaline, it's a difference. So that's all I'm gonna say. It's a difference. And you know, as African Americans, I've been working my butt off for this 106. We already know if I would have $20 million already. Let's just be honest. But anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah. Well, I think that's valid though. I think that's valid. And I want to put a pin right there for about 30 seconds. For those of you who are active in the Facebook page, you may have seen that, a few months back, I actually posted Anade's campaign. And I think I said something like, this brother's having a hard time. We fund is trying to change the rules on him mid play. And, less support so he can get to his minimum so that he can stay on the portal. And, we don't typically do that, right? When companies want to market or advertise, we bring them here, right? But I did feel inclined to share that because he was, kind of, it appeared to be just kind of getting a raw deal, right? When you make an agreement and then people change it halfway through, we've many of us have lived through that scenario, right? Where the goalpost just keeps being moved. And so it was one of those situations for me that it was like, come on, enough is enough. We got to be there and help them. And so I love that you're only asking for what you need. We were when 10K Project was going to be a portal, we had dialogue about how do we educate the issuers, i.e. the founders, on not to just, and this one it was $1 million, not to just try to get $1 million because it's $1 million. What do you need it for? Like we had checklists that we were creating to really walk them through the exercise. What are you trying to accomplish? How much do you really need? What are you going to do with it? As not to be wasteful to their investors, right? And just get the max because they can get the max. So I love that you were thoughtful just now and said, we can do a lot of this work. We only need this amount to get the prototype done. So that's why we're only asking for that amount. I love that. I love that. And I also love that you said, you've got access. You just showed us you've got access to these VCs, but you wanted the average person, right, to be able to get in on the ground floor because we don't get that opportunity often. Again, that's exactly what the 10K Project believes in. So, I just want to take a minute and thank you for that. And also thank you for sticking with the campaign, because you could have thrown your hands up and said, this is too much. I don't want to deal with it. And you could have taken a different route. So the fact that you've stuck with this through all the adversity, to me, shows that you would be a responsible founder, right? You wanting to run this business in a way that has integrity, and that you've got what it takes to get through the challenges that's going to come your way. So just kudos to you. I just felt the need to say that and to share with the community of some of the things that you've been through, because we come to this platform and we talk about the hard times that the founder has in theory, but we don't really talk about the hard times the founder has, right? Yes. And so, I wanted to be able to do that so that we could really see, we the community and the people we have here with us can see how important they are to the cause, right? You guys are doing great work out there as entrepreneurs, but how important these potential investors are to the cause and changing the world to allow innovation to take place with founders of color. Because so often they give us such a hard time that we give up. And so just
we get less percent of the funding. We get 2% max of all funding. And I wanted to throw this in here too, because I know we're running out of time. I want to throw this in here too. We funder literally said their bank didn't like us on the platform and they wanted to remove us from the platform. And I'm gonna be honest, I had to play the race card. I was like, look, man, I see literally we funder got a They said they don't deal with companies. They said they bank don't want to deal with companies cryptocurrency. But I was like, that don't make sense because when I go to WeFunder, it's literally a category that says cryptocurrency. That's why I said we originally had that, but we just took it down because they were just giving us. And at this point, we had already raised, I think, what 30,000, and they was like, we'll just we're like, whoa, what? Like we just getting our and that really, honestly, kind of prolonged the whole thing because we had a whole marketing plan with Shop Black because but then it's like when they did that, we had to wait 3 weeks because we was going back and forth with their attorneys and we got accepted to the Morrison and Forrester Accelerator. Come to find out, we got the same attorneys now. We there. I need I need y'all, man. Like we got to get this done. We got to protect. I'm a data scientist. You don't meet too many African American data scientists with dreads. Telling you. So we gotta hover around the wagon. We gotta get this done. I got brilliant people working with me. If you go on the WeFunder, you'll see our team with black men. I love black women, but our black men are disappearing though. So we're strong black men. We all got families. Like we need y'all behind us. Any other questions? I'm ready. Let's go.
Yes. Okay. I'll do a fire round. RJ says, does your wallet accept fiat and what other currencies?
Yeah. So as y'all seen on the walkthrough, you might have came in late. We're gonna start with 6. We're gonna start with Argentina's currency, Brazil currency, Colombia's currency, of course, United States dollars, and off the top of my, I don't know if I said Brazil already, but we're gonna start with 6 currencies. All right, we're just gonna start with 6 currencies.
Very good. And RJ says, can you add tokens and other cryptocurrencies in your wallet?
So that's what we're working on now. That's what, because at first we just built fully on Stellar, where you can buy Stellar and use Stellar as the digital collateral. I really believe in Stellar, but you never know with these cryptocurrencies. If you look up Stellar, Stellar is the only federally regulated, regulated coin. It's used already by the United States government. If you look up USDC started on Ethereum, but they moved it to Stellar because Stellar is just a much better platform to do a lot more things. Ethereum is fine, but for those of y'all that really understand blockchain and crypto, y'all know if Ethereum doesn't change to proof of stake, right now they have what's called proof of work, which means if I send you Bitcoin, it can take 20 to 30 minutes. If I send you in Stellar, guess how long it takes? 3 to 5 seconds, because they're working on different, they're called probabilistic algorithm. They're working on different, but they're working on different algorithms. So one algorithm is a lot faster, the other one is a lot slower. All right, next question, let's go. I want to get all these questions before it's time out.
How quickly are people going to be able to send money to family and friends?
3 to 5 seconds.
All right. Chris says, so basically you are targeting Brazil and other countries. I think you made that clear. You said the Americas is how you
the Americas, like the United States too, but specifically the underbanked. And because like I said, I want to target these other places, but I want to start. The first place I want to launch is Miami, Florida, which is in the United States of America with one of the highest African American populations. And Florida has one of the highest underbanked and unbanked populations, if you Google that, and amongst the states where African Americans tend to have the lowest credit scores.
Tammy says, will laws prevent you from going into Cuba?
I want to stick to where we at right now, just because we want to get market validation. We want to get, like I said, I read a ton, man. I read all the time. I want to make sure, just reading through other founders, I think it's best to start small. That's why we start with 106. And let me tell you something really quick about that too, the 106. This is why if you invest, it's going to make you money. We're going to put it's a risk though, let me say that. Because at 106, that gives us more room for a higher valuation for people that understand this whole startup game. What that means is at 106, we're valued at $6 million at 106. And that's validated when we get 106,000 invested. So that means that we just invest, that means if our next raise, we say we want to raise $1 million, guess what? If you invested $1,000 in our next raise, guess how much it's going to be worth now? 10,000. Because the difference with our app, we're already creating it. We don't need $1 million. We're not waiting for $1 million. We already had a relationships. We're not waiting for $1 million to start building it. Because I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all favorite companies ain't profitable. But that's a whole nother subject.
Jeffrey in the chat says, connect with Miami's mayor. He's super bullish on crypto. That's just a note to self.
Okay.
Percy says, how will you fix capitalism with this development?
Capitalism is ingrained. That's like saying, how do we fix racism? So I mean, it's ingrained into the society. But what I do think, or I know what CryptoShare can provide, which it's going to provide a relationship, a business relationship between and it's not all African Americans, but it's going to provide a business relationship between the underbanked and underbanked, which in the United States happens to be Hispanics and Latin and African Americans. Is going to create a business relationship with countries like Colombia, countries like Brazil, where Brazil has the most African American population in all of America, by the way. That means more than the United States. But we don't know this because we're taught, we're not taught about other cultures, honestly. We're actually taught to hate other cultures. We're taught to, and other cultures are taught to look down on us. But I think this will allow you to, now you can lend to somebody in Peru. You've never been to Peru. But let's say just that thought, like, I might want to visit Peru. You might go to Peru and be like me, like, you know what? Now I'm inspired to start a business in Peru. Now I'm inspired to start a business in Argentina. It's creating a dialogue between people in all different countries, which is what PayPal did. PayPal created an opportunity because now with my contractors, I can pay them through PayPal, and some of my contractors are in. I told you we got 2 Indian women. Like these are people from a whole other side of the world.
Mm-hmm. Carlin says, what's the highest amount of money you can loan or borrow?
So we're gonna start small. We're gonna start with $1,000. Like I said, all of this is growing, but I don't want to sell wolf tickets. We're gonna start small because we wanna do as much. Because remember, I'm a data scientist. People forget that at times, and what I mean is like, so what is data science? First, let me say that data science is the expert study of data using statistics. All right. So that means that this business is not going to be based on my ego. It's going to be based on what the data says. So if we start with 1,000 and most people are lending $200-300 based on the data, guess what our target market is going to be? $200-300. Now, if people start asking for more, because we're always going to have feedback opportunities. If people start asking for more, then we'll raise it. Then we'll go into these bigger things and so on, so on. So, like I said, we're not in a rush. That's why I said we only going for 106. I want my kids to eat off this. I want my daughter to be able to eat off this in 20 years. So we not just throw something out there and in 6 months, everybody lost their money, including me. So, we're going to take our time and we're going to build this thing the right way.
Chris says, you mentioned shares earlier. If I'm not mistaken, what will the share price be?
Legally, I can't tell you that. But let me just give you an example. I want y'all to Google Snoop Dogg. Somebody Google it. Somebody added it in chat. Snoop Dogg and Nas invest Robinhood. So the way, and I kind of explained it earlier, the way these funding rounds go, if you get in at the angel round, you're getting in at the first possible point. And I just give you an example. Robinhood, when Snoop Dogg invested, they were at 20 cents a share, and that was seed A. And he still made millions off that. And that was seed A. So we at angel. We still got angel and pre-seed and seed A. We still got 2 more rounds till we get there. Legally, that's all I can say. But all I'm gonna say is, man, look, let's close this thing out tonight. If you got 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, anywhere to 30,000, and if you invest 30,000, we have what's called an investment committee, where you'll actually be a member of the investment committee, where you can actually, because we're going to actually reinvest back into the community of the United States of America, where you can help us pick. We got 1% of all our revenue all the time. That's in our like bylaws, where we're always going to invest and donate into African American based businesses, and you can help us pick like this pitch thing we're doing right now. You can do the same thing and help us pick where to invest this, where to invest that.
Very good. Jackie says, would I be able to buy stock with CryptoShare?
We're gonna stay in our lane right now. We know other platforms are doing that. I think Cash App and stuff like. But I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. A lot of them are scams though. Like eToro is scams. I think Robinhood might. I don't want to say, but I don't think you're buying the real stocks on Robinhood. Somebody was telling me something like it's like you're getting like it's like Coinbase. Coinbase, you're not actually buying a real crypto until you move it to a separate wallet. It's a lot of like it's stuff that the average person don't know. But this is why we're on a higher level. We got to do this extra research. But yeah, cryptocurrency and blockchain is, I would tell y'all this really quick about cryptocurrency. Understand what you're investing in before you put another dollar in cryptocurrency. Like, and I don't mean just because Elon Musk said it and a week later say don't invest in it. Like, stop listening. Anyway, that's a whole, do your own
We've
research.
actually talked about that. We've talked about that. Know what the project is, do your own research. So yeah, they've heard that before. Latrice says,
I know we're running out of time, but I just want to show something really quick, please.
Okay.
All right. So I've been a data science instructor. I've taught at 6 different. So as y'all can tell, I'm an instructor as well. But I want to show y'all this, just some of the stuff to look at. So I put Stellar versus Ethereum. If I look at images, this is how you get to understand what you're really investing in, right? So is this sharing the screen right here? The Solana versus Ethereum EOS. So I don't know if y'all can see this, but if you see here, it says, because it's opening up a different screen. If you see here, it says transaction output, 59,000 transactions per second. Ethereum, 17 transactions per second. Transaction fee, $2. Finality, 5 minutes. And this is what I was talking about, the consensus mechanism, all right? You want to start seeing what you're buying, and you can actually start comparing the different one. I like Stellar, as you see why. 2,000 transactions per second. The transaction fee is less than a cent, and it's 4 seconds. So this is the type of stuff you want to look at. You want to start comparing the stuff that you're actually buying. I just wanted to show that, just to give y'all a quick look of, you can just do it. Just start looking around so y'all can get an actual look at the benefit of these cryptocurrencies. That's why I have Ethereum, but Ethereum is a savings account. All right. Money I put in Ethereum, I don't even plan to touch until the next 3 to 5 years. Because it's almost, you see how much it costs to get it out. And this is the low end. So one time I tried to move $100, it almost cost me $40 to move $100. All right. So when you invest in these different cryptos, look at the actual specs. Look at what it is you're actually investing in.
Yeah. Latrice says, are there any plans to report to the credit bureaus to build a person's credit while they're paying their loan?
Nope, because we'll be back in the same process. We want to eliminate that. We no longer want credit to be a barrier for you to be able to get access to money. Point blank, period. Because once we start doing business with them, they're gonna, you already know how they do it. It's gonna somehow come back to, keeping us out, even though we literally like, wait a minute, we invented. So we do not plan on doing that at all. We want to eliminate the need to have credit. But the stuff you did buy with credit, you can use on our platform as collateral to get funded.
Okay. Kashelda says, part of the reason that people choose cryptocurrency is because they don't want to deal with traditional banking/financial systems. If you're registered with the SEC, it will not be long before they begin to implement traditional banking and financing rules, which is your credit score, etc. That hasn't been equitable to people of color.
You're right. That's why, as an investor, remember, what's our other target market? I'm gonna let you answer that, Ms. Rivers. What's our other target market?
Your other target market?
Yep.
It's the investor. That's what you said.
No, right? No, I mean like country-wise.
Oh, after you finish with the Americas, then you can go over to Africa and Asia.
Well, okay. Well, let me answer it for you. So basically, you're right with the SEC, but as an investor, we're in the other markets. So we're not dealing with the SEC.
You're not only beholden to the SEC.
Yeah, we're not. This is why I got you. Whoever answered that question,
not only beholden to them. Okay. Kashelda says, where are the physical assets going to be held?
Blockchain smart locker.
So they'll stay in that smart locker.
Yes.
For the duration of the term of the loan.
Yes. And we're working with locations now. So there's different smart lockers. The smart locker that we look to use, they're going to be like bolted into the actual like brick. So that way it's not like, I'm sure if they try hard enough, they could just steal the whole smart locker. But like I said, Amazon already does this, and you don't hear about Amazon smart lockers being stolen every 5 seconds. Remember, this already exists.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I think, I was, pitching this before and people, it already exists. It's just we're using it in a different way.
Got you.
Because it's big. It's like it's hard to still, like, you gotta have like a huge truck to do that. And we're gonna have cameras. Like it'll be hard to do that. And we plan on putting them in front of like grocery stores and stuff like that. Hopefully we can get a deal with Amazon. We get a deal with Amazon.
Okay.
Hopefully we get a deal with Amazon.
Latrice says, what's the estimated time frame between the appraisal and the approval of funds in order to have access to the funds?
Digital collateral, instantly, 3 to 5 seconds. Well, not 3, you get my point, but instantly. Physical collateral, if you choose for it to be inspected, our goal is an hour or less. That's our goal. But as we start doing it, we'll see, okay, well, maybe this takes 2 hours. Maybe it takes, that's why we're going to start in a small city and be able to hire different CryptoShare inspectors in that one area. So if one can get, like, we're going to try to specifically target hiring African Americans and Latino and basically just people of color, so we can also give another opportunity, kind of like Uber. We want to give people another opportunity to just make money.
Okay. We've got, Cashel does not playing tonight. She got questions. Okay.
Okay.
So what are your fees? And if someone is using a crypto ATM, there is already a fee associated with it. So is your fee in addition to the crypto ATM, which is usually 15% plus?
Whew.
That's high. Whew.
That I don't know what ATM.
Right.
I don't know ATM you, but so what? So we was really talking to a company today. There's different ways to do it. We can take the fee, or we can pass it on to the user. But honestly, we're still working that part out. But because even if at first we just let it be feeless, because we just want to get users, because users give us validation. Because we really want to see the logistics of this as well. So, like I said, I'm not here to sell y'all damaged goods, snake oil. I'm being honest. So we still kind of got to see it through ourselves. Because as you can tell, we're the technical people. And as we raise more money, we can hire like project managers and, like people that have been doing this for 10, 15, 20 years to be more efficient logistically. And can I answer this really quick? Yeah, I'm answering this really quick. Somebody said, what makes it a smart locker? So what makes it a smart locker, specifically, is blockchain smart lockers. Because smart contracts, especially depending on what platform you use, are irreversible. So what makes it a smart locker is as soon as you put your collateral in there, you can't even open it again. You can't open it unless somehow you get the code for the CryptoShare inspector appraiser or the lender to get it. That's why we're going to have an option to the lender can come pick it up, or we're going to have an option for us to mail it to you.
Very good. Kashelda says, also there are companies like Nexo and Celsius that allow you to use your cryptocurrency as collateral in exchange to get a loan. You flipped it to be a physical asset rather than a digital currency. Someone appraising a diamond ring is subjective. What will be the LTV of the collateral being appraised?
Well, that's easy. We're going strictly by the data. If you got a diamond ring, diamond tester, the carats, all that, and a scale, that's it. Whatever the gold price is for that day, or the diamond price is, whatever that is, that's what you'll get. And we plan on being 60 to 80. 80 may be too high, but definitely we plan on giving at least 60%. We plan on giving it. Matter of fact, it's probably going to end up being 60% because we've been going between 60 and 80. Because we don't want it also to become a situation where everybody just defaulting on their loans. You know what I mean? Just because I'm like, well, look, I don't want this no more. I just give it away. So probably gonna be 60%. And I like that. She knows she taught LTV. Okay.
So I want to build on or expound on her question a little bit. When it's something like a diamond ring that has a very clear value, then it's easy. But so will you limit the collateral, the items that can be collateralized? Like you used the speaker earlier as an example. Yeah. If I bring my Bose in, how much is that worth for my 13-year-old Bose?
At first, we're going to keep it simple. Like they say, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm going to keep it simple because I'm a little, just a little bit. But I'm going to keep it simple. We're going to start with jewelry because that's clear cut. We know what it is. As we build, I'm sure, it's the same with, think about it like this, a digital peer-to-peer pawn shop. Think about that. So remember, this already exists. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're just combining it because I don't want people to get what is all of this stuff exists already. We're just combining it into a easy platform that's simple to use. As y'all seen, 3 steps. That's simple to use. 5 years from now, we all gonna be chilling on an exotic island somewhere.
And Aharo says, can we use CryptoShare to buy crypto assets from other peers, or is it just for lending?
So I'm sorry, I was reading that question, but I did hear it. So we're working on that now. So we're actually we have a CryptoShare wallet that we built. We have a CryptoShare wallet that we built that's gonna have, as soon as you buy the currency, you can immediately use it to lend and borrow from it. The only thing that we've thought about now, though, is, well, maybe we need to add more cryptocurrencies than just Stellar. Right now, we only have Stellar, and we look at implementing a stablecoin. We actually probably going to end up going with a stablecoin because let me explain a stablecoin. A stablecoin never changes value. We like USDC, as I said before, which is backed by Stellar. It never changes value. I do not invest in Tether. Tether is not backed by anything. I don't consider that a real stablecoin. Google it yourself. The realest stable coin you can find is USDC. It's the only stable coin that's backed 1-to-1. I know Binance has one, and I go a USDC because it's the only one that's actually backed and regulated by banks. So think about it. If you got Ethereum, instead of using actual Ethereum to lend and borrow against, you would have to convert it to USDC. That way, the price is the same because we know this. Elon Musk tweet one time, Ethereum can go skyrocket or it can drop. So that's coming with the risk. But we'll ask, as we get deeper into customer discovery, get some users on there, and they say, well, how do I? Then we'll probably look at adding more cryptocurrencies. But right now, we're just looking at Stellar and USDC.
Very good. And Charles, we posted the campaign link in the chat for you to look at the campaign page to get the details on the question you just asked about what your $1,000 would get you. Carlin says, how will you market for people to use your services?
Okay, so really, I just want to show y'all this too. I don't see nobody investing yet. I don't know what's going on, but if you go to investor perks, you can see it here. You can see like our perks. Let me go through this really quick. So if you invest 250, I'll teach a cryptocurrency masterclass. All right, because remember, this is what I do. For $500, I will help you set up a digital wallet. Not through CryptoShare, but I mean just for your, like if you want to use a different, because a lot of people don't even know how to use Coinbase and Binance. We can do a one-on-one training session, and I'll show you how to invest in your first cryptos. For $1,000, we have a data science Python bootcamp, one-on-one training. All this other stuff is included with 1,000. It's a 5-weekend certification program that I do with teenagers, 13 and 19 years old. Each investor will get to choose a team of their choice to give the voucher to. And for those of y'all that don't know, data scientist is the #1 job in the United States of America. All right, so I'm teaching real skills, and at the end of it, we will be giving your team of choice a certification, and it'll basically be able to benefit them the rest of their life because only 7% of African Americans are in technology. And for $1,000, I can certify your teenager and help them build an actual portfolio in Python and data science to help them get a career. Because data science is not a job, it's a career. All right. It's a career that changed my life. For $5,000, you actually get to test and help us build the platform before our release date on November 1st. And what I mean, build the platform, like, do you like this color, orange or yellow? You kind of get to play with it. You can tell us things that you would like to see on the app. Like, you get to be a real hands-on, because a lot of these campaigns, y'all know, y'all invest your money and don't hear back from them for years sometimes. You know what I mean? But us, if you look at our updates page, I update constantly. I'm always on. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn as well. I have my LinkedIn here in a second. And for $10,000, you can have your name or your business published on our website forever as a sponsor or business partner. So that means anybody that uses the app, we will have a special place for your business to forever be used. And remember, our platform is a international platform. So if you have a business, this will be an excellent opportunity to promote your business. And if you invest 20,000, we will add it on our app and the website. The first one was just the website, but for 20,000, we will add it on the app and the website. All right. And for 30,000, I mentioned that earlier, you become a member of our investor committee, where you help us make actual decisions for our company capital fund. All right.
Very good. Okay, I think we've got 2 more questions.
All right.
RJ says, what was the name of the law firm and are they Black owned?
Nah, Morrison Forster is not. Morrison Forster is a billion-dollar law firm. And we got accepted into the accelerated, which means they give us free legal services for, I don't know why my camera keeps going out, which means they give us free legal services for a year. And we've already been introduced to 2 venture capital firms, because this just happened. We've already been introduced to 2 venture capital firms over the past 2 weeks.
Okay, awesome. I felt like there was one more question, but I don't see it now.
Yeah, I do see a number 1 there. If there are competitors, how do you plan on standing out and attracting potential customers? Is that it?
I thought there was another.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not. I felt like there was another question from Kashelda, but I apologize if we.
And Virginia, I can answer that now. It closes as soon as we hit 106. As soon as it hit 106, we closing this thing. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We're probably not gonna, this is probably your last opportunity. Not today, but I'm saying because as y'all can already see, what we're building is like real technology that can change the world. And either 1 or 2 things gonna happen. The company gonna try to buy us out to keep us quiet or something like that. So, and honestly, I've been through so much doing this crowdfund. This is probably gonna be our last, not saying it is, but this is probably gonna be our last crowdfund. So somebody says, how well do you understand cryptocurrency? But from what you said, I do not believe you truly understand it. From NFT to Bitcoin and proof of to using the term, which is the Vision Stellar Lumens, which Stellar, and you're trying to use celebrities, guys, you're like.
So hold on. So let's read it. So Kashelda says, how well do you truly understand cryptocurrency? She says, you are using common crypto buzzwords and terms, but from what you've said, I don't believe you truly understand it. From NFTs to Bitcoin and proof of work, in addition to using the term unbanked and underbanked, which is the Vision Stellar Lumens. The way by which Stellar Lumen plans to help the unbanked versus what your company is claiming to do is totally different. And you're trying to use celebrities to disguise your lack of knowledge in the crypto space. So what's I haven't heard you mention celebrities yet. So
I think she's talking about Jay-Z and what's.
Oh, when you were just using the example of the
yeah
that reached out to you. Okay.
Yeah, they reached out. Well, okay, so it's also, you just confirmed what I suspected. The difference between Robinhood versus Coinbase is that one allows you to own your crypto. Yes, since you could not clearly and concisely tell the difference between the 2, I'm not going to tell you because you have confirmed what I already knew. I don't know what's going on, but what I can do is I can help you with this. We built a cryptocurrency from scratch. We built this. This is why WeFunder didn't want us on the platform, because we built one already. You understand? We built one. So we built a blockchain. We built a cryptocurrency from scratch, because originally we was going to come out and raise funds through our coin. But during the same time, we were doing a WeFunder campaign. But that's the reason why WeFunder made, and another reason why I'm using buzzwords is because I'm trying to make people understand. Everybody's not on a genius level as you or me. And I'm not even saying I'm a genius level on it, but a lot of people not on a genius level as you, on a high level as you on crypto or blockchain. So you have to make them understand it in a way, because like I said, our platform, it just may not be for you. You may have great credit. You may have 100,000 in your bank account, and that's fine. Our platform is not for you. It's for people that need it. That's what we're targeting. But I appreciate your comment and thank you.
Yeah, and so did I. And I always want to read the difficult questions, because these are potential investors, right? And so difficult questions, and you can answer them. That either is going to give them some confidence in the project, or it's going to make them do a deeper dive of due diligence. We always tell our investors to do your due diligence. And that doesn't always mean on the company. Sometimes that means on the industry, right? to
Yeah.
make sure that what the company has said to us is in line. So, Cashelda, I also appreciate your question. I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure we read it, because everything can't be peaches and cream. Somebody says, I don't believe in this, then we have to address that as well. That
And
is
I
what
and I
the
get
10K
everybody
project
that's
is.
not going to. I understand it, but I
Yep,
thank you once again.
absolutely. All right. Well, we did good. We got through all the questions. I love when that happens. Thank you for hanging out a little longer. As we wrap up, one of the things I always say is that, here at the 10K Project, the investor has to make that decision on their own if they want to invest, right? It's not groupthink. We're not telling you to do it. But what we are doing is saying, this is a founder who has created a solution to a problem. And if you believe you want to add this project to your portfolio, now's the time to consider doing that. One of the things I also always say is, even if you don't want to invest, you don't believe this fits in your portfolio, it could fit in the portfolio of others that you know. So share the heck out of this link, right? We've put it in the chat several times this evening, maybe about 20 times. I think we put it in the chat. Look, we just put it in there again. So share it, share it, share it, because this could be something that others are very interested in and don't want to miss the opportunity. So, share the link, do your due diligence, make a decision. Thank you for coming to us to learn about this project and showing up tonight. It's always nice when we have a nice amount of people live. I know there'll be many that will watch this replay, but to have the energy of the live audience is always cool as well. Thank you for constantly supporting the 10K project. What we're building here, we believe is going to be an amazing thing that is truly going to change the lives of thousands of entrepreneurs. We've been doing this since March, and we've already made a big impact in so many people's campaigns and what they're trying to do with their projects. And we get comments all the time and emails all the time from people who have pitched with us saying how awesome this community is. So I just want to share that back to you, because really it's the community that's awesome. Cherie and I are just here to serve. You guys do the hard work. You guys show up and do the investing, and really make it possible for this to be a platform where people want to come and share their ideas with us. So thank you all. Anade, do you want to say anything as a closing remark to the community?
And I'll make it super quick because I know we've been here for a minute. I just added my LinkedIn in the chat. Feel free to add me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave my email as well. Feel free to ask me questions. If you go to our website, you'll see we built several projects already. Like I said, we do this for real. But it is what it is. And once again, I really want to thank you and just the whole 10K project team for allowing me to be a part of this, and hearing some of the pain points that I had to go through. And y'all have a blessed rest of your day. And look, once we get this 106, we close. Let's close this thing tonight. Let's get this thing closed. If I gotta throw an extra 5 in to close, let's close this thing tonight. We got 64 people in here. Everybody put up 500. We done. That's it. You ain't gonna miss it. All right. So y'all have a blessed day, and see y'all soon.
All right. Thank you, guys. Good night. See you next week.